Hello everybody, back here again with our vlog day, and today is Monday the 9th, and today was a beautiful weather day. Had a little bit of fog, a little bit of drizzle here and there, but overall it's just a gorgeous day. We went ahead, got up this morning, didn't really have anything major planned, just kind of simply got going whenever we wanted to. We have no big hurry for anything. It's vacation, so why get in a hurry for anything? So went ahead, took off, went and did some running around, whatever, this and that. Decided to head over to Linville Falls and the Linville Caverns, and thought we'll go check it out. It's roughly an hour drive or so from us, so we head over to it. On our way over there, it starts kind of drizzling, it's kind of foggy, it's kind of raining back and forth, and we weren't really sure what to do, which one in which order. And we're like, let's do the caverns first, because if it's raining, the caverns are inside. Should be, either way, we're going to be in there, no big deal, and then whatnot. So from there, we headed over, and as we get closer, we stopped in, because Linville Falls was first. Stopped in and checked out the falls real quick, and there's nobody around. The place is just empty as all get out. Like, so many levels empty. It's ridiculous. But went ahead, and it was drizzling the tiniest little bit. We had good sun. A little bit overcast here and there, not too bad. And I said, hey, look, I would just go ahead and hit the falls now. We'll go to the caverns later, because let's get it over with, and that way we don't get back in case it gets raining worse. Because right now, we can handle this rain, this drizzle. So she said, cool, let's do that. So I grabbed her jacket. I grabbed my jacket, it has like a little hood on it. She grabbed her sweater and jacket, like a hoodie, both. And we head up, and it's beautiful. It's absolutely stunning and gorgeous. And they've got the bathrooms shut down, which just makes no sense at all. This is the whole like COVID thing. I understand, blah blah, whatever. But they have the bathrooms locked up and boarded up with plywoods. You can't get in there. Running water toilets, running water sinks. You can wash yourself up and clean yourself up. Nope, that's closed up. But they have a half a dozen porta potties sitting on the parking lot. How the hell are porta potties safe, but actual bathrooms aren't to have running water so you can wash your hands? It makes no damn sense at all with that. But we got past that. Luckily, there's not many people around and stuff, so we hike up the hill ways, basically across the river, looking at just beautiful sights. Went to the first little lookout spot. From there, that's where her and her father had stopped 3 years ago. I had actually ran all the way to the very top and ran back to get my run in that day, because we were out doing a lot of stuff and it was getting late. And I thought, hey, I want to see the top. I don't want to make them wait so long, because they're not going to make the hike up there. And I said, it's cool, I'll just make a run. So I took up there. I'm running in like slacks. I remember slacks on, sweater with a collared shirt and like a fedora, and I'm like, I was like, this is ridiculous. So I'm like running, sweating my butt off. But today we went ahead, we hiked up it nice and slow. We hit every single lookout. Ernie's lookout is phenomenal. It's so, a lot of people aren't gonna think it's worth the hike, but it is. If you can handle the hike and you're not too out of shape, you can make it up there. It is so much worth it. Like, it's absolutely just a gorgeous place. Wonderful views of the waterfall, and seeing the waterfall from the backside is so much nicer. It's such a great location. So we got up there, had a good time, basically chilled out there. Didn't spend a lot of time up there, but we spent enough time up there though, just having a good time. Got down from there, hung out, watched the water go underneath us, the water, just the rivers and the streams and stuff. Just such beauty out here. We're not used to it. Now, if we lived here every day, all year, it would get boring, just like everything else. But we got people to show up the ocean going, oh my God, waves. And we're like, yeah, it's ocean's waves. We can see them every day. So it is how it is. And we understand it is, but we enjoy this a lot. So chilled out from there, got back, had a good time, headed over to the caverns, and we got there, and it was like an hour-long wait or so to get in the caverns, and it's a 30-minute tour. It's a guided tour. It's not what you think. You can't just walk around yourself, but there's some cool stuff. Supposed to be bats in there. There's fish in the cavern, and there's, where Edison sent some explorers in there to look for tungsten, I believe it was, to make light bulbs with. He was looking for a place to mine tungsten so he could then, basically make more light bulbs. And so they did not find that. They found other stuff, and they also carved their name in the cave in 1835 or 1850 something stuff, which is partly like that. Like, really, guys, like, this is what it is. We still tell children nowadays not to carve into crap, not to put Jane was here or whatever crap, but you guys were doing this 200 years ago almost. Like, what kind of a bad example are you people? But it is what it is. Went ahead, we paid our money. It's $20 to get in there and stuff, which, whatever. And we finally wait around. They finally let us in, take the little guided tour, and the guide goes to the front of the group and then basically starts talking quietly in the cave, so not to disturb the other tours that are going on, but you can't hear him. So if there's a group of 12 people or 15 people in our group out there in this thing, why not have like a few of them go ahead of you and then have a few of them behind you, and you can stand in the middle so we can all hear you. So we're trying to stay into the back so we're away from people and whatnot in that whole process. But it was just that concept of here we are, now we can't hear the game guy was talking about. But in the process of going through, we find out that they've only seen like 2 bats in the cave in like since 2016 or some shit. Like what the hell? So apparently Trump ran the bats out of the cave. I'm not sure how it works, but it is ironic that was the time. And also in 2016, all their fish either got stolen, got eaten, or something died, and something got in the water. They all died and rotted away. Whatever. There's no fish. And I asked him at this point, I'm like, hey, where's this where, I said Einstein, it's Edison. But I said Einstein, because, I said, well, wrong guy, sorry, what the hell, close enough, this is not my cave, this is your cave, kind of thing. I said, where'd they carve the explorers carve their name in the wall, be kind of cool. So he goes, oh, it's at the end. I'm like, okay, end of the tour, no big deal. So we get back to the beginning where we after Mayor Little Loop, we go back, and I'm like, hey, where'd you? He goes, oh, no, it's the other end of the cave. We don't show that part no more. And I'm like, he goes, but there's postcards and pictures of it in the gift shop if you want to buy one and see what it looks like. I'm like, I can look on the internet for a picture, dude. So I'm not real happy with that. We also had to spray our feet down with the whole bleach solution because of the white nose that can kill bats, which probably is what got into this cave and killed the bats. Although ironically, they won't let us spray our feet down before we go in, only when they come out. So if you have white nose on your clothing or on your shoes or on any part of your body, if you came from a cave, say in New York or upstate or anywhere else in the world that would have had a white nose in it, you just bring it in their cave. They don't give a shit at all at their cave. They just make you wipe your feet off before you leave, which the guy literally put on those like little kids mats, like where you put like in a can, like a playroom. He sprayed 3 squirts of bleach water. It's a 10% bleach solution on there, and then every single person wiped their shoes. So I was the 13th person to wipe my shoes on this, and there's no way in hell there's any bleach on it. Like to the point that there literally was nothing on there. My shoes weren't even wet, like coming off that bleach thing. So it was all just, it's all pomp and circumstance. It's all horse shit, and it is what it is. So, but yeah. So it was worth going, and we're glad we went, because had we not went, we would have always wondered how great it could have been. But if it's been 4 years, you've seen 2 bats in 4 years, then stop advertising you have bats in there. And also they hung a freaking rubber like shitty bat like you pick up like at any Halloween gift store up in there, and made the joke. I'm like, stop it. And then also if your fish, which again by the way is on every one of your ads, every one of your flyers, every one of your commercials, are all got these fish in there, these giant awesome beautiful trout in there that are breeding and doing so great, and that's not been there for 4 years also or more. Take them out the flyer. Maybe tell us that before we pay our $20 to get in here. Each person come walking through, and the whole wait an hour to walk this little cave for what was not really a 30 minutes. 30 minutes was long. It was not full 30 minutes, but it is what it is. We got through there. We had a good time. It was worth going. It was fun, but not what we thought we were paying for, kind of thing. So it's a little bit of that false advertisement in that process, but that happens, and that's the way life goes. So went ahead, we left there. We basically drove around, hit a bunch of lookout spots, stopped at different little spots, hung out, saw some cool things, hiked on some weird little trails here and there, just had a blast of a day. Got back here to the house, went ahead and got my run in, got my shower. We decided to go out and grab a bite to eat. We ended up heading over to, we saw a beer at Food Lion. It's Blowing Rock Brewery, and it's something cloud, something another stuff that had some ingredients that Karen thought she wanted to try. She's not a beer drinker. I can't stand beer, but so we thought, hey, let's just go check it out. We'll go grab a burger there. We'll grab one of these because they'll hopefully sell it individually, or maybe it's on tap. We can just buy, whatever, instead of paying, I don't know, $13 or $12 for a 6-pack. Then, we'll go ahead and just grab basically the one at the brewery. We'll be good to go. So we basically head to the brewery, and the brewery is just, it's that weird concept of like, apparently I think everybody has been there forever, because that weird, like, they said wait to be seated and stuff, which we're fine. We got a mask on and stuff, we might be seated and this and that, but they kind of act like we're supposed to know where we're going and stuff. I'm like, I have no idea what the hell's happening here. They also had their menu on a little QR code on the table, but it wasn't like up high. It wasn't up like, hey, this is where the menu is stuff. They didn't say, hey, your menu is in a QR code. Didn't say none of that kind of crap. So we're like waiting around for that. And I'm like, it was kind of off a little bit. Asked about the beer. Nope, we don't have any of that in stock. We should have it. And the first woman I swear said we should have it here Wednesday. This is Monday. I'm like, hey, whatever. We had a little moment like, hey, let's leave. Let's come back Wednesday, and we'll just get a burger and get the beer then. I was saying stuff. Another lady came to help and get our actual order. Much more knowledgeable, much more intelligent. Talked to her. She goes, I don't know. Let me go check. So she runs off and checks. She goes, we don't have any brewing. We have no idea when they're going to be ready. So we're like, well, shit, that's the way we want to try it. So she goes, let me let you try the new one. It's this honey infused thing crap. And it had a hint of honey in the smell. There was no hint of honey in the taste. I think if you were 3 or 4 beers in, you couldn't tell it apart from a Pabst Blue Ribbon. Like, this stuff was gross. Like, it was not, there's no good. It wasn't even good. It was not a good beer. So I was like, ooh, that's bad. So we got down there. Burger was fine. We had basically the chips. We split the burger because everything's so big in this country. So went ahead, did that. We headed back to the house. We chilled a little bit. I ended up, we walked around a little bit downtown, and just, there's nothing going on. It's starting to drizzle again, so we said, hell with it. Came back out of the cabin, chilled out at the cabin for a little while. I grabbed a cigar, watched some, TV on the iPad. She headed in, got herself her shower, and got ready to go to bed and whatnot. We basically headed upstairs, ate some chips and dip to knock off the rest of our night, and wrapped it up and called it a day. So that's all I got for right now. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe, wonderful day. Thanks for watching.